No matter where you come from, no matter your religion, we are one. Let's live together.
How can we develop when we're always in crisis? Families have become refugees in their country. No matter our differences, show some understanding.
No matter where you come from, no matter your religion, we are one. Let's live together.
Hello Nigeria, thanks for joining NewsLine. It's been quite a jungle out there lately. Did you ever think the day would come when a pair of friendly animals would be taken into custody and paraded by the law for their brutal instincts? And why would there be panic in the land? Because two reptiles went overboard with their disagreements. Incredible posters, right? There's more. Would you hesitate to take a walk in a community with mystical trees? Don't attempt to answer until you have seen our story on that. And what do you do with women who are pay-setters or other women who ride all day for profit? Also tonight, we join stakeholders of the broadcast industry working towards a deadline with time enough to fraternize and get entertained. NewsLine is a big deal as always, so keep it here. My name is Becky Madujemo. Sarah Sanda takes over now with the news. See you later.
Thank you, Becky. Welcome to the news segment of NewsLine. President Goodluck Jonathan will leave Israel tonight, having concluded his pilgrimage to the holy city of Jerusalem. To round off his visit, President Jonathan joined other Nigerian pilgrims for the special interdenominational prayer tagged A Day with Jesus for Nigeria in Israel. State House correspondent Shegun Lawole reports.
Nigerians in their thousands are gathered here in Jerusalem to seek the face of God, not only for themselves, but for the nation. They are led here by President Jonathan, who believes in the power and efficacy of prayers. The International Conference Center in Jerusalem was filled to capacity as Nigerian pilgrims gathered to worship God. Songs of praise rent the air to usher in God's presence. Just as he did 12 months ago, President Jonathan returned to Jerusalem with a grateful heart for the impact the last pilgrimage had on the life of the country, through prayers and again seeking the face of God in the affairs of the country, for direction in governance, as he requested pilgrims to join in praying for peace and security, unity, and commitment to transform the country.
Nigeria is a growth country, and we must make Nigeria great. I also see a new Nigeria emerging, a Nigeria that our children will be proud of, a Nigeria that things will work, a Nigeria that will have a good educational system, in Nigeria that will have a good health system, in Nigeria that will have food security, in Nigeria that we should have houses for our people.
President Jonathan also read the second lesson at the service taken from Romans chapter 8, verse 28 to 39. A series of prayers led by the officiating ministers of God from different denominations were offered for the state of Israel, Nigeria in all ramifications, and God's divine favor and wisdom for the leadership, as Bishop David Oyebidopo's prophetic utterance dominated the sermon entitled Let's Arise and Build the Nation Together.
Every Nigerian must wake up and think good about Nigeria, speak good about Nigeria, and take good steps towards making Nigeria a great nation. We scatter the troublers of Nigeria.
The Lord lift up the light of his countenance upon you.
high points of the service include the decoration of President Jonathan as the #1 Jerusalem pilgrim by the CAN president, and later joined by the CAN president to decorate some other pilgrims, including a governor, governor's wives, the chief of staff to the president, the minister of power, and Bishop David Oyedepo, including Senators Philip Aduda and Smart Adeyemi. In Jerusalem, Segun Lawale, NTA News.
Meanwhile, correspondent Segun Lawale tells us more on Nigerian pilgrims in Jerusalem in his interview with the Executive Secretary of the Christian Pilgrims Commission, John Kennedy Opara. The report.
It's a very significant program in the history of our nation. The theme of this year's program is rebuilding the broken walls of our country, Nigeria. It is a time we are offering again to Almighty God the opportunity of rebuilding our nation with our leaders taking part in the rebuilding process. It's a time we're asking God, on our own can do nothing except you. We're asking God, take control of Nigeria and get an impact from the elections witnessed here last year. Last year, you will agree with me, all those that came with the president testify of God's faithfulness. God gave us hope. Remember that after that pilgrimage, Nigeria's status was changed economically, and we became the #1 economic hub of the entire African nation. And that's one of the things that the Lord did for us. And now we are trusting God that this year He's going to do much more than that for us as a nation. Thanks for your time. Well,
back home, the NTA Chapel of Resurrection, Abuja, has celebrated her 2014 harvest, declaring it as one to express their praises to God for all-round victories in the country in spite of challenges. Reverend Nelson Akinwande said this at the sermon. Correspondent Ifeanyi Ezumba reports.
Taking his scripture from the book of 2 Kings, Reverend Akinwande's message to Christians centered on the theme of this year's celebration tagged by this time tomorrow, meaning that God will soon restore the fortunes of the nation and correct all the inadequacies.
Where we will enjoy the goodness of the Lord in the land, when all the problems we have been facing in this century will be over.
Seed time and harvest time, cold and heat, winter and summer, day and night shall not cease.
The Director General NTA, Shola Omole, represented by Mr. Tunde Oluwatudimu, told Christians to remain faithful to God.
So that when the day of the climax of harvest will come, you and I will be suitable materials to go with our Lord Jesus Christ.
Nigerians should work to expose those who are fomenting trouble.
Live a practical Christian life. There's nothing that you want to do that will be an issue.
Christians were also urged to use the occasion of the harvest to remember that time will come when Christ himself will come to harvest the best of human beings and saints. In Abuja, Ifeanyi Ezumba, NTA News.
Talking politics, the Presidential Declaration Committee head, Dr. Bello Halilu Mohammed, has slated a meeting with the 37-member committee. A statement from the Secretariat of the committee stated that the meeting will be held on Monday, 27th October, at the Old Banquet Hall, Presidential Villa, Abuja, at 2 p.m. The meeting, which is the third in the series, has the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Anyim Pius Anyim, as its secretary. A political pressure group known as Youth for Jonathan Transformation Continuity has expressed support for the anticipated formal declaration of President Goodluck Jonathan for the 2015 presidential race. The group made known its position during a peaceful march in Abuja. Mitaire Ikben reports.
Chanting songs of solidarity for President Goodluck Jonathan and brandishing placards that embellished their support, the youths compelled officials of the FCT administration to grant them audience. Coordinator of the group, Afoke Okpora, said President Goodluck Jonathan's people-oriented programs and policies qualify him for a second term in office.
When you talk about the U-Win program, when you talk about the Shopee graduate internship scheme, when you look at the railway sector, you look at road revitalization, rehabilitation, and construction of new roads. All these are fundamental variables that shows that indeed Mr. President believes in repositioning this country.
They also expressed support for FCT Minister Senator Bala Muhammad, whom they described as a transformation ambassador in the Jonathan administration. Receiving the group on behalf of the FCT Minister, Senior Special Assistant to the Minister on Administration, Emmanuel Awodu, promised to convey their aspirations.
We thank you so much for this solidarity.
In Abuja, Mitaire Ikben, NTA News.
In another development, the National Working Committee of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, has dissolved the Ondo State Executive Committee of the party. This is contained in a statement signed by its National Publicity Secretary, Olisa Metu. It therefore constituted a caretaker committee headed by Dave Adeleke, while Solomon Osawu will serve as the secretary. By this, the statement adds, all structures of the party at ward, local and state government levels stand dissolved. The statement enjoins all members to work together to ensure the victory of the party in the state, especially with the rejoining of the party by the governor of Ondo State, Olusegun Mimiko. And towards ensuring a violence-free election in 2015 and beyond, the National Institute for Policy and Strategic Studies, NIPS, is developing a political document for the benefit of the political class and other stakeholders involved in the process. Correspondent Abdullahi Garba Birnin Kudu reports that an international conference opens on Monday to brainstorm on the actualization of the objectives therein.
Nigeria will not forget in a hurry the post-election violence of 2011, which resulted in loss of lives and properties, which the Sheikh Ahmad Lemu panel joined in resolving with recommendations for harmony and purpose-oriented campaigns. The international conference with 18 political parties and violence-free election in Nigeria is aimed at reflecting on the past and work towards sensitizing all those involved, as well as deepening the democratic process.
We expect to have some policy documents which should guide us into making improvements concerning policies relating to elections and how security can be arranged during elections, how to encourage the culture of accepting results, whether you win or you don't.
In stabilizing democracy and moving towards a more democratically cultural political atmosphere.
With the collaboration of the Democratic Governance Development Project of the UNDP, the message of the conference will go down the ladder.
I'm not just an optimistic. I am saying here that I deeply believe that it is possible to have violence-free election in Nigeria.
In Abuja, Abdullahi Garba Birnin Kudu, NTA News.
Former head of state, General Yakubu Ngowang, has described the Bura people of northeastern Nigeria as hospitable, brave and peaceful people who have contributed greatly to the socio-economic and political development of the nation. He gave the commendation at the inauguration of the Bura Women Development Association in Abuja. Correspondent Linda Okorie Igwe covered the event.
Women the world over are working hard to play a crucial role in the affairs of their nation. The Bura women, therefore, are not left behind as they are taking a bold step to promote peace, unity and development of the society. This prompted the women to look into the plight of the teeming unemployed youths through the establishment of a Youth Development Center for skills acquisition. Former head of state, General Yakubu Gowon, unveiled the prototype of the center.
You don't have to depend on government to do everything. You have now decided to launch this fundraising in order to get funds to be able to achieve your aims and objectives. And for that, certainly, you need the support of everybody.
The occasion attracted many distinguished sons and daughters of Bura who pledged their commitment to the success of the project.
And as the nation continues in the negotiation of ceasefire with Boko Haram, the need to take the development of border areas seriously as a panacea for lasting solution to terrorism has been advocated. This was at the 3rd annual lecture organized by the Society for International Relations Awareness, SIRA, in Abuja. Edino Justice reports.
The National Planning Minister, Dr. Bakar Suleiman, while commending the appropriateness of the lecture topic, terrorism and African border governance, emphasized that Almajiri problems, poverty, uneven distribution of wealth, and religious crises, which are not identified early enough, constitute great danger and climbers into terrorism.
The negotiation going on is a security matter. We shouldn't expose everything to the entire world. It's not done that way. So people should just keep on praying.
The guest speaker, Professor Emeritus Anthony Achiwaju, taking the participants through historical and geographical perspectives to terrorism, said African borders suffer negligence due to national and regional distance. He recommended a 4 strategic approach.
As you hit militarily, you must also show evidence of concern for the welfare of the people. You should engage available institutions more effectively.
It's important to really integrate all stakeholders.
The essence really is to deepen our understanding of Nigerian foreign policy thrust.
The climax was the public presentation of 3 volumes of the 3rd SIRA publications entitled Reflections on Nigeria's Foreign Policy. Edino Justice, NTA News.
And now sports. The Senate President, David Mark, says the superlative performance of Nigeria's Super Falcons in the finals of the African Women's Soccer Championship in Namibia has not only lifted the soccer spirit of the country once more, but gives it a sense of pride. This is contained in a statement by his Chief Press Secretary, Paul Mume. He said by beating Cameroon to lift the trophy for the 7th time, they have demonstrated Nigeria's superiority in African soccer, for which the nation owes the Golden Girls a debt of gratitude. While assuring the Super Falcons a befitting honor, Senator Mark, however, counseled the Nigeria Football Federation to resolve the dispute rocking the football house in the interest of the nation. And the Nigerian contingent to the 9th edition of CAF Africa Women Championship are expected back home on Monday, a day FIFA suspension looms. Correspondent Amanzi Marcus tells us more.
As Nigerians continue to enjoy the limelight following another brilliant performance by the Super Falcons in winning a 7th African Women Championship title on Saturday in Namibia, the National Sports Commission is planning to host the team. Sports Minister Tami Danagogo, who revealed this during a victory dinner hours after Nigeria defeated Cameroon 2-0 to lift the trophy, said the Falcons will be welcomed by Lagos football fans on Monday, with the National Sports Commission hosting them on Tuesday in Abuja. The Sports Minister also revealed that a proposal has been sent for President Goodluck Jonathan to receive the victorious contingent on Wednesday during the Federal Executive Council meeting in Aso Rock, Abuja. Meanwhile, the Confederation of African Football says it is sad with problems of football administration in Nigeria after last Thursday's Jos Federal High Court ruling, which dissolved the NFF Executive Committee elected on September 30 in Warri, Delta State. CAF President Issa Hayatu said he had to plead with FIFA President Sepp Blatter not to ban Nigeria last Friday on the eve of Nigeria's final match with Cameroon in Namibia. Issa Hayatu said except the case is withdrawn from the courts, Nigeria may be suspended this week from all football-related activities by FIFA. Meanwhile, the Executive Committee of the Nigeria Football Federation has filed for a stay of execution at the Federal High Court in Jos, and the motion is to be heard on Wednesday, October 29, but FIFA has given Nigeria up to Monday, October 27 to settle the matter of first suspension. With Sports News Update, Amanzi Marcus, NTA News.
We now take a short break. Becky will be back with NewsLine after this timeout.
To take us back to another time, but the future belongs to you. Together we have built the largest economy in Africa, and now we must lift up every Nigerian child in every region, strengthen education, keep building a modern infrastructure, better roads, the energy, water and prosperity to lift up every family. We can't go back. The future is hard work, but we are building it together. Good luck, Jonathan. One Nigeria, moving forward together.
Look, Aboki, Oga, that is my final price for your cows. Take it or leave it.
Oga, that price is very, very low, wallahi. 50,000 for the cow. I no agree, Oga.
No. Everything is settled.
Oga, with the nationwide outbreak of Zopos and the mouth diseases, you do not have a choice but to buy from us. Oga, you take it or you leave it. Don't look so sad, Oga. We will throw in a goat as a bonus.
Okay, I'll take it. We have a deal.
That's an easy one. I know.
Always stay connected to the vast world of online information. Stay always on with Airtel Internet. Airtel Internet, the smartest network for your smartphone.
Dial *401# to activate.
There is a reason Africa is called the new frontier. What was once potential is now an opportunity ready to be seized. Once revered for our resources, today's wealth lies in our people. People who build the cities that shape the future. People who know an idea in one place means business in another. A generation for whom technology means there are no borders, no boundaries. We are the new lions in a brave new world, kings of the urban jungle. And there's a bank that puts the world in our pocket and the future in our hands. UBA, Africa's global bank.
When you want to cook a feast, Mama Gold premium rice is hard to beat. Grains so long and easy to cook, now the food smells very good. Oh, Mama Gold, now you can be the best mom in the world.
Because my family deserves only the best. Mama Gold, real premium Thai parboiled rice. Available in 25 kg and 50 kg packs only.
It's irresistible.
Niger has got her pulse back. Now you can call from your campus and from over 500 other campuses at 11 cover per second all day to any network, plus lots of other awesome benefits. Dial *406#. Step into the pulsing zone. It's MTN iPulse, baby. Back, bigger, and better.
Awesome P. MTN. Everywhere you go.
The slimmest in the world. Johnny, to be needed, to be loved. Johnny M2. 28 days standby time. Johnny, to be needed, to be loved.
Shoma, I bet you can touch your nose with your thumb.
My nose?
It's the same with your toilet. There are many places in your toilet that detergents cannot clean. That is why the new Harpic 5 times complete gives you 5 times better cleaning than detergent from the rim all the way to the U-bend, making your toilet completely clean. With Harpic 5 times complete, you will definitely reach all the hard-to-clean places in your toilet.
Harpic Power Plus. Buy now for only 350 Naira.
Glad to have you back. When a dog bites a person, it is not news. But when a person bites a dog, it is big news.
The story we are about to relay, however, is big news. This is because the dog in question was not bitten, but did a lot more than bite a person. It happened in Lagos. The victim is 4 years old and lives with his parents in a block of flats occupied by other tenants. Now, one of the tenants harbored dogs as pets, but more so for security purposes. One day, the door to the dog's house was left unlocked. The 4-year-old and his siblings were in the vicinity. The dog launched an attack, and I will leave John Battyman to tell us the rest of the story. We advise viewer discretion, as some of the visuals may be disturbing.
Abraham Odia has been living in this house, number 35 Adegboyega Street at Keson, Igondo in Lagos for over 3 years. He, his wife, and 3 sons are occupants of this flat. There are other occupants in this building that has 4 flats. One of them is Stanley Wellsday, who owns 2 Alsatian dogs. Things, however, took a different turn on the 25th of September at about 5:30 in the evening. Abraham's son, Isaac Omonigo, was on the ground floor where the dogs are housed. The dogs broke through the unlocked doors and chased Isaac and his siblings, who ran upstairs. But one of the dogs caught up with Isaac and viciously attacked him.
There were 3 when they came down. As the dog heard their voice from down, they were talking. The dog ran out from the cage. I chased them up to the sitting room where my flat is. When he managed to get to the door, then the brothers opened the door for him to enter. The same dog fell on 3 of them, and those people couldn't hold this one. Those 2 had to jump from upstairs down. The 7-year-old boy was having fracture from his leg. The other one was to go to 40 right now, have a swelling from his leg. This one could not jump. Right from this balcony, he was about to struggle to jump. The dog had him, drag him, and they fell it down, start eating his skull.
What happened was that since the second dog came in, the male dog, that one didn't know anybody in the compound, and that particular one can't stand sound and the sight of person, anybody. So with the children running around, moving through the compound, that made them to start barking. So I took it as the normal barking, not knowing that danger is looming.
That was how the family relocated temporarily to the plastic and surgery ward of the Lagos State University Teaching Hospital.
When this incident happened earlier, the family came. The boy cannot be in the cell where we are spending money. They have to join hand for us to save this boy.
For now, there is tremendous improvement in the condition of the boy, but the father is worried about the medical report.
I've applied for the medical report, submitted to the CMD, which they approved and take it to another office yesterday. I wanted to pick the file from there, and after they have cross-checked everything, I was there when they sent it back to the ward my son is. Say that the doctor in charge will come and give me the report of that medical report. Till today, I'm standing with you right now. None of the doctor has visited there to give us that medical report.
But what does the law say about people owning such dangerous pets, especially when they live with other people?
You keep a wild animal to your peril to ensure that that animal does not stray, to damage, to inflict injury on another person. It is enough that the dog comes out to attack. So it's a street liability. I want every other person who want to take an apartment, you want to take an apartment in a compound where there are dogs, you have to be careful.
My take on this is that guard dogs should not be trained on shared premises. And I'm sure you're wondering how the lad got out. Well, his mom, who couldn't bear it, rushed at the dogs and rescued her child. That's the love of a mother. Get well soon, Isaac. Moving on, when the people of Esiala Mbise, a community in Imo State, woke up one morning to behold a strange sight, they were gripped by fear. Now, the Igbos believe that when something evil is about to befall a person or the community, strange things happen first. What they saw that morning was a snake that had swallowed another snake. Strange indeed for them. The people are now apprehensive, not knowing who this bad omen is meant for. Ngozi Egbuchulam reports.
The snakes, which were said to be poisonous, were found dead near the compound of one of the leaders in the community.
But this is our first time of hearing it or seeing it in our community. On that fateful day, I was called by some people that something like that a snake has been seen swallowing the other, and I rushed. You know, on the sense of the news sense, I came around. There were a lot of crowds of people gathered around, and I saw the two snakes. You know, they're already dead by the time I arrived. Like, as you know, a snake cannot swallow another snake and still remain alive. So I came around. There are two snakes. One they call achekara. It's a kind of a dark ash African snake, very big with a thick skin, you know, ash in color. Then swallowed another dark brown snake, a kind of slippery skin.
Some members of the community who spoke on the connotation of the incident said it is evil.
I've never seen it before. The elder says it's a taboo.
The traditional ruler of the area, Ezeli Onwokocha, who spoke on the incident, said they had to bury the snake to avert the health implication that could arise thereof.
I've not heard of that before in the community, per se. And we've been hearing about things happening like that from the olden days, but I have not seen it myself, and it has not happened in this community before.
It will be recalled that a similar incident happened in Owerri in 1996, shortly before the spark-off of the notorious Otokoto saga.
We hope the sky won't fall on the people of Eziala. We wish them only good. If you say they are mysterious, you would be stating a fact. The people in the community say they are a wonder, and why not? By the time we finish telling you what we have found out about them, you will agree totally. I know your curiosity has gotten the better of you, but all I will let out at this point is that they are located in a community in Lagos called Ibeju.
Igimeta in Yoruba is translated to mean 3 trees in English. The trees, 3 in number, are located in the center of the community, not too far from the palace of the paramount ruler, the Onibeju of Ibeju land. The residents say that the trees are wonderful. For example, one of them has 3 different types of leaves on its branches. The people call it the 3-in-1 tree.
We cannot touch them anyhow. And we have one among others which we cannot just near, just to talk of touching the leaves or the tree, except when the leaves calm down, you can use it for your benefit in many ways.
An Indian who lives in Ibeju has so much faith in the trees, which he believes have supernatural powers. His prayers, he says, are always answered anytime he prays under any of the trees.
You see this tree, every day I dream. I see me good sign and talking about this tree of Ibeju. I pray night, I pray daytime, and I see blessing. This place, this tree not just ordinary tree, it's a very powerful tree.
The people of Ibeju say the trees have outlived generations of their ancestors. Though no one knows how the trees came to be, the people believe they can't be less than 500 years old, as confirmed by the Onibeju of Ibeju land.
These trees are wonderful because they perform different functions, and they have been there for the past 700 years ago. It is hidden because a lot of people don't know about it.
Obviously, these wonder trees are good material for tourism. This caused NewsLine to seek the reaction of the Lagos State Zonal Coordinator, Nigerian Tourism Development Corporation.
This community, Bejuleki, has very many
tourist attractions. So we want to project these tourist attractions to both national and international levels with a view of developing tourism.
After hearing this, the Onibejo and his subjects were happy with the idea that their community has the potential of becoming a tourist destination. They said their hands are already wide open to receive the expected tourists.
Seeing it yourselves, I know you have one or two things to tell your people, to tell where you come from, to tell tourism people, to tell everybody, to tell Nigeria as a whole, and indeed the whole world.
To think we assume that trees only balance the ecosystem. We are watching that space. Away from nature, in Lagos, the yellow-painted commercial tricycle is called Keke Marwa. Expectedly, the operators, like all commercial means of transportation nationwide, are men. So when a woman veers off and operates a Keke Marwa commercially, she attracts attention. Paul Ogaji went to the Bariga area in Lagos, and while attempting to board a commercial bus, he heard a woman's voice calling for passengers. He looked and was surprised at what he saw. Paul decided to pursue this woman even to her matrimonial home. Paul, was that not a risk? Tell us why.
They know me as Amarachuku, no food for lazy woman.
Mary Ann Ibe, no food for lazy woman, as she's popularly called by the people who know her around Bariga area, is a mother of 4 children. She said her case justified the saying that when they go in is tough, the tough gets going. Mary Ann was into catering services. However, the business was not yielding funds as expected, and the fact that her husband was unemployed made her to start something that would be yielding money on a daily basis to keep the family going.
I'm a caterer. I do cook. I cook for people. I cook and sell. One might not tell me, go and learn how to drive Keke Marwa. Go and learn how to drive Keke Marwa.
How did she start?
I learn it. I don't know how to drive bicycle. I don't know how to drive, but I just learned this Keke Marwa. I've been driving it since maybe 3 years now.
She is not only popular at Lady Luck in Bariga, where she operates, she also enjoys a lot of patronage. One will assume that her colleagues, who are men, will be jealous of her popularity.
It's encouraging because a lot of women on the street there are just walking up and down, depending on men.
The woman is trying. Even though Adeji said that whatever man do, a woman can do even better. The woman is doing even better than man.
She's very hard working, and she pay her deliver because she's not the owner of the machine.
Does she encounter any problem as a lady operating keke for commercial purposes?
Sometimes you carry passenger, you see the ones, they will quarrel with you sometimes. So I have many experience.
With this response, NewsLine asked her whether she will accept the offer if the opportunity of another job arises.
I prefer this. I love what I'm doing.
Well, what does her husband, Philip, have to say in all these?
I was thinking the possibility, but there is pressure on me through her. I said, okay, if it is possible for you to go on that Keke Marwa, okay, there's no problem. She's a struggling woman, and she understands so many things. It's only by God's grace. She's taking care of everything in the family.
For now, Mary Ann is not the owner of the keke she operates. She makes weekly returns to the owner of the keke and says she will be glad to have her own.
If I have my own Marwa now, I will very, very happy, and I will thank God for it. And I know that so my life will not remain the same.
Yours sincerely later took a ride.
Paul never misses a thing. To the women watching, there are no barriers to legitimate ambition. Go ahead and be productive. The women in our next report rose above their challenges in life, took their destinies in their own hands, and against all odds tackled gender biases along their paths and moved on to excel in fields where most men fear to tread. For having done all of this and are still waxing strong, they were celebrated in Abuja. To tell us how and who these women of substance are, over to Oyinaya Kalu Oka.
You have to develop human beings. You have to do good.
The name Florence Itegiwa, popularly known as Mama Bakase, Abike Dabiri Erewa, and Mariam Adamu Augi would certainly ring a bell in the fields of politics, philanthropy, and community service. They represent a cross-section of the Nigerian women, bold, brainy, and ready to brave it all in their chosen fields of endeavor. Proven over time that what a man can do, a woman can do even better, as they shared their unusual inspirational life experiences with a cross-section of women.
You have to give yourself to a point of desperation, because at that time I reached the stage of desperation to survive in politics in the world of men.
And as well, we have the power to change the world. We have the power to make a difference. Are there challenges? Yes, absolutely.
Community service and humanitarianism is something that has always been deep in my heart, so I decided to quit my job as an investment banker.
Debunking the notion that women are each other's enemy, the prime mover gave reasons for the initiative.
But ultimately, I want every woman to go away from here today believing that they can be what they want to be because they've listened to the story of these three women.
You have to be ready to serve. Service is the key. Serving your community is the biggest thing you can ever do.
It was a very inspiring event.
And I think I've taken a lot of information, a lot of advice.
As they networked, expectedly, there was excitement with a fashion parade showcasing Nigerians' fabric in different styles. To those following their footsteps, these courageous women say, "Come on, you too can do it."
Congrats to the women. Continue to stand up and be counted. It's time to celebrate. Stay on the line while we'll take a break. When we return, we'll let you know who got honored, who was given a scholarship, and who has made it possible for you to receive excellent healthcare services without having to travel abroad.
I don't get this Etisalat line. Hey, make I tell you, for every recharge way I do, then just a double arm. See now, I never talk like this before for my life.
The call not bad. What boy? The browsing not get parts too. See, anytime I buy 200 megabytes, they knock me 300 megabytes. That's now 50% extra data.
Wait, so you mean say as I did enjoy free airtime, you they enjoy a whoop data?
Yes, no. Lastone.com. I just go.
We not go hear what they do. No.
I must bounce.
D.com!
It's Etisalat. Now you're talking.
I need a great deal, the best price I can get.
That's why I shop on Jumia.
We got some orders, higher on all cylinders. We'll not rest until it's packaged and delivered. To take shape below, we ain't got time to waste. Customer satisfaction is the way. We're not gonna stop until it's okay. Oh yeah, let's do this. Put our best into this. The online so you can trust. We're not gonna stop until it's okay.
Shop you can trust.
Where is the Lacasera?
Find Junior.
Find the Lacasera.
Everything is better. A simple taste of freedom. Lacasera. I love this drink.
I am Mr. Chef, and now in your town, leave your meals that traditional taste. Add me to your cookies and
I'm Mr. Chef. I season meals and I make meals so delicious with the sweet taste of tradition. Just add me to your meals and you'll discover the unique taste you can't resist.
traditional taste. Grandma, come and see mommy laughing and talking to an invisible man. Aroma, Mr. Chef. You get me in your neighborhood, Mr. Chef.
It's Mr. Chef.
You get me in his neighborhood.
Mr. Chef Seasoning Cube. Discover taste of tradition.
Dettol, biggest news ever! Dettol now at 100 Naira across every variant you buy, giving you 24 hours maximum protection against germs. Get yours now at 100 Naira.
Dettol, maximum protection against germs every day.
There are those that want to divide Nigeria, to take us back to another time. But the future belongs to you. Together we have built the largest economy in Africa. And now we must lift up every Nigerian, every region, strengthen education, keep building a modern infrastructure, better roads, the energy, water, and prosperity to lift up every family. We can't go back. The future is hard work, but we are building it together. Good luck, Jonathan. One Nigeria, moving forward together.
Thanks for staying on the line. The Afe Babalola University in Ado-Ekiti has held its second convocation ceremony. Michael Olaleye reports that the best graduating student received a handsome reward in cash, plus automatic employment. Here are the details.
Elegance, charming are exact description of the beauty and brain of Tosin Ogumbusola, a 20-year-old graduate of economics who accumulated a CGPA of 4.96 to beat over 300 graduates as the best student of the institution. The secret behind her success cannot be far-fetched, as she advised others to approach every task with a high sense of seriousness and self-motivation.
You should have passion for anything you do. Don't just do things because you just want to do them.
The Afe Babalola University said the institution is synonymous with quality assurance blended with professional delivery.
Your future is bright. All you have to do is to aim back. It is not a sin to dream back, but it's a crime not to dream.
The university community also shared the joy of the moment with General Yakubu Gowon, retired, by cutting his birthday cake after being conferred with the degree of Doctor of Science alongside Vice Chairman of Julius Berger Nigeria, Ernst Stockenson, renowned medical practitioner in the United Kingdom, Dr. Ann Copson, and former Vice Chancellor of the University of Lagos, Professor Oye Ibidapobe. General Gowon was earlier received by the founder, Are Afe Babalola, a mixed display of military salutation. The convocation lecture titled Medicine, the Future reminded practitioners the core values of the profession, with an appeal for the abolition of bureaucratic procedures empowering quality healthcare services. As part of activities marking the convocation, a Thanksgiving service was also held for the graduates on the successful completion of their academic pursuits.
The bank that keeps its word has so far disbursed a total sum of 29.4 million naira in prizes to winners in its ongoing Save for Scholarship promotion. Ime Odori, who compiled this report, says another set of winners has emerged and their prizes were presented to them in Lagos by Fidelity Bank.
That was Madam Victoria Adigun, one of Fidelity Bank's customers and a winner in the Save for Scholarship promo. On the day of the draws, when her name was announced, she was contacted. This was her reaction.
Somebody called and said, "Are you Fadeke Adigun from Fidelity? You had an account." I said, "Yes." "What is it again?" You are troubling me. He said, "Madam, you won 500,000. I thought it was all this."
With this win, Madam Adigun's bank account has grown further with a retirement benefit from Fidelity Bank.
Fidelity has put smiles and happiness into my life. and I will announce them.
Other cash prize winners also received their checks, while some smiled home with mouth-watering prizes.
It's not that I believe it is so, but before I was thinking that it's for people.
When we had a call about this, it was very surprised to us, and now is real. Thank God for that.
For Fidelity Bank, it is a matter of keeping its word.
We're very happy when we see the faces of the customer and how the little initiatives that we have put up, how it is impacting on them positively. We're excited about today. We're looking forward even already to the next draw.
People who never believed that this is real, today had seen that we have kept our word. Just like the woman that won the 500,000, I called her the day her name came up. She never believed, and that she has confirmed.
The prize presentation ceremony also took place simultaneously in other zones across Nigeria. All the winners did was open new accounts with Fidelity Bank or top up already existing accounts with 10,000 naira or more every month. More prizes, the bank says, are yet to be won.
Subscribers to Airtel network in Nigeria now have a platform on which they can access first-class healthcare services in India. This is because Airtel has gone into partnership with Apollo Hospitals, one of the biggest integrated healthcare providers in India, to provide such services to its subscribers. This, the new partnership say, is part of their corporate social responsibility. The subscriber is required to ask Apollo and the services will be rendered. For details of how this would work, over to Ken Igweluge, who was at the media launch in Lagos.
The partnership Chief Executive Officer of Apollo Hospitals Group, Dr. Hari Prasad, says will make it possible for high-value subscribers of Airtel Nigeria to have video consultation with doctors of Apollo Hospitals in India after an appointment would have been booked for them here in Nigeria.
This is a great facility because at any point of time, the doctor is not very far away. People don't need to travel thousands of miles to reach good consultants.
Dr. Prasad also says that Apollo Hospitals will partner more with Airtel Nigeria to create awareness on preventive health care.
This technology ensures that all the information that a doctor requires sitting thousands of miles away is available through the software and the technology that we've introduced, and a doctor sitting thousands of miles away can literally examine a patient sitting here. A majority of the patients who have a video consultation can have advice from the doctor, specialists sitting thousands of miles away and get treated here in Nigeria itself.
This initiative, a representative of the Managing Director, Airtel Nigeria, noted, is another demonstration of Airtel's commitment to enhance quality of life of Nigerians through innovative products and services.
Our customers are much more than just a mere telephone connection. We thought we should just provide this service for them. This service is coming at 10% discount for anybody who wants to benefit from it. So it's a way of also rewarding our customers who have been very loyal and consistently, in our business.
Airtel high-value subscribers interested in these services, the new partner says, may call 0902 222 2007. The consultation facilities will be available at Diamond Helix Medical Assistance Limited, located in Lekki, Lagos.
He became the king at the same time that he turned 80. Chief Simeon Oguntimei was installed the Lisa of Ondo Kingdom, and because he attained 80 years on earth at the same time, the celebration was loud. Moses Amodu reports that the new Lisa of Ondo Kingdom started by first acknowledging God at a Thanksgiving service and then rolled out the drums to entertain men. Let's see it.
St. Stephen Church Cathedral, Okealuku, Ondo, was filled to capacity with business partners, family, friends, and well-wishers in and outside Nigeria who came to appreciate the good work and rare love of God on the life of High Chief Simeon Oguntimei.
In a sermon, the Anglican Bishop of Ondo Diocese, Most Reverend George Lashebikon, wants him to use the remaining part of his life to serve God and humanity. By his family and the congregation, Chief Ogutimei appreciated God with thanksgiving.
I'm very happy and I'm really excited.
The former head of state, General Yakubu Gowon, described the new Lisa Chief Ogutimei as a trustworthy Nigerian whose lifestyle is worthy of emulation. Cultural heritage of the Ondo Kingdom was displayed at the Oshemawe's Palace as traditional rulers, chiefs, and the people appeared in their native attires to celebrate the installation ceremony. The Oshemawe of Ondo Kingdom, Oba Victor Kiladejo, who performed the traditional rites, presented the new Lisa with certificate of office, after which he received blessings from Oshemawe and the Oni of Ife. Ondo State Governor Dr. Olusegun Mimiku and some chiefs have this to say.
All we can wish him is the best of good luck. This new office is occupied as the Prime Minister of this kingdom.
A gentleman to the core. He has been doing a wonderful thing in the community.
It was quite loud in Ondo. Many happy returns to the royal father. Whenever and wherever the politicians in Nigeria's Fourth Republic are talked about, the name Ahmed Sani Yerima will ring a bell. He was a two-time governor of Zamfara State and is presently the Senate Deputy Minority Leader. What we have to tell you about him tonight is that he has been honored by the Democratic People's Republic of Korea for services he rendered to the benefit of Nigeria and Korea. To unveil the details is Adamu Sambo.
There is no doubt that Senator Ahmed Sani Yeriman Bakura is a popular, acceptable, and respectable figure among his people in Zamfara State. As governor of that state between 1999 to 2007, Senator Sani Yerima faithfully implemented Sharia Islamic law for which he has no apology. And at any given opportunity, he tries hard to project his ideals.
By Islamic law, any woman that is married, she's of age. So if you now say she's not of age, then it means that you are going against Islamic law.
But Sharia law is not the only thing he concentrated on as governor of Zamfara State. He also initiated and executed various developmental projects and programs, including a bilateral agreement between Nigeria and Korea in key sectors of the economy.
When MOE was signed between the Federal Republic of Nigeria and the People's Democratic of Korea, the Zamfara State government was involved, and I faithfully implemented the part of our agreement.
Consequently, the government of the Democratic People's Republic of Korea conferred on him a National Honors Award for his contributions towards enhancing bilateral cooperation and collaboration between the Asian country and Nigeria.
This is an honor not only done to me as an individual, but to the people and government of Nigeria.
Before the recognition by Korea, however, Senator Sani Yerima was honored by the federal government of Nigeria with an award of the Commander of the Order of the Niger.
This kind of honor is a recognition of somebody's contribution to the development of the nation. And I really am very grateful to the President and Commander-in-Chief.
To Senator Yerima for the international recognition. He is a son in whom his people are well pleased. He is successful and exemplary in his field of endeavor. For this, his people have recognized him and organized a grand reception in his honor. Benson Osadebe tells us that the event was celebrated alongside the New Yam Festival in Obosi. Time to find out who is so celebrated.
There is a saying that a prophet is not appreciated in his father's land, but with respect to the Aviation Minister, Chief Osita Chidoka, the reverse is the case, as members of his town, Obosi, bestowed on him an honor many described as well-deserved and being given to whom it is due. The colorful event attracted Vice President, Federal Republic of Nigeria, Architect Namadi Sambo, represented by the Governor of Bauchi State, Issa Yuguda, Deputy Senate President, Ike Ekweremadu, Anambra State Governor, Chief Willie Obiano, who is who in the aviation industry and federal safety, among other dignitaries. It kicked off with the arrival of the traditional ruler of Obosi Kingdom, Igwe Chidubem Iweka, his cabinet members. In line with the traditional and cultural demand of the community, different groups paid homage to the Igwe before the rites of the cutting of the new yam took the center stage. Then came the moment of honor to a man many say, so early in life washed his hands so clean that he could eat with royalty, dine with elders and hobnob with celebrities from different political, economic, financial and even religious spectrums.
We are very pleased that one of us has been so elevated by the President of the Republic, and he belongs to the cabinet, of which I am a member.
Chief Chidoka says he will keep wining and dining with his kinsmen and others through his annual personal AYG celebration.
Wherever I go in Nigeria, whatever I become in Nigeria can only be for a season. It will come and go. But what I am as an Obosi man is permanent and cannot be taken away from me.
This year's own was unique as the minister and his father, Ogbueshi Benjamin Chidoka, displayed special cultural dance steps.
Congrats to the Chidoka family. Africa's largest television network in the limelight. We'll tell you what about shortly. Stay on the line, NewsLine. We'll be right back.
Bragging is not President Goodluck Jonathan's style, so you'd hardly hear him brag about all the great things he is doing for Nigeria. He wouldn't tell you he's the first president to privatize power, to give us a constant supply of electricity and economic prosperity. Soon your electricity will be like your mobile phones, 24 hours, 7 days a week. He won't brag about security, new roads, new rail, or new airports, eliminating corruption in agriculture and saving $25 billion per year, mass housing projects, or that our economy is growing at the fastest rate in the world. He wouldn't brag about any of it because he knows there's a lot more to be done. Mr. President, right on. We that are with you are so many more than those who are against you. A message from protectors of Nigerian posterity.
Johnny M2, 28 days standby time. Johnny, to be needed, to be loved.
Get your favorite Dettol 70-gram pack for 100 Naira. And now available, the Super Family Pack for 170 Naira only. Whichever Dettol soap you choose, you get maximum protection against germs every day.
What is going on?
Haven't you heard? Samsung and Etisalat are having the most amazing free data and smartphone offer ever!
Hello?
Babe, you can now get all Samsung smartphones at the lowest prices at Etisalat Experience Centers or any authorized Samsung dealer.
Yes, I know. First, you get up to 1.5 gigabytes free data once you buy the smartphone, and then double up every data bundle you buy of 200 megabytes and above for the next 12 months.
Experience speed on everything from the Samsung Galaxy S5 to the Samsung Trend Lite at the most affordable prices.
Etisalat, now you're talking. Transformation is not a day's job, but
but because you believe. The process has begun. Quality education, world-class airports, railway system, good roads, graduate internship scheme. You win to support young existing entrepreneurs. However, a great nation is never built by the government alone. Support the transformation agenda. This message was brought to you by Project 774, where government meets the governed.
The National Assembly Service Commission hereby announces the schedule for the training of legislative aides with the theme Legislative Aides in Political Transition as follows. Date 27th to 29th October 2014. Venue for Senior Legislative Aides North-East, South-West and South-South National Women's Center, Abuja. Legislative Aides same zones Labour House, Abuja. Senior Legislative Aides North-West, South-East and North-Central Gracious Hotel, Okemesi Crescent, Gerkitu. Legislative Aides same zones Vines Hotel, Durumi, Abuja. Come with your appointment letters, please. Management announcer.
A cup of jig in the water will get school uniforms whiter, and it is the tough stain fighter that will get your whites much brighter. Just Jiggins! Pot puree and lemon. Just Jiggins! Hey, you better go get it! Now available in lemon and pot puree fragrances, the newest and freshest way to Jiggins.
Transformation ambassadors of Nigeria.
My good people of Nigeria, does anybody use mirror to look at what you have at hand? No! Good luck at the ingredients of life. Automobile industries, full encouragement. Second Niger bridge from mirage to reality. Good luck! Railways, seaports and airports are come back to modern life. Good luck! Or a Benin highway and other federal highways from dead trap to modern spectacle. Good luck! There you are. Petrol and nyaf with control price and so many other etc. Good luck I do. Good luck are going to do. And good luck will be yours. Are you see what I'm saying? Only good luck have faced the security challenges of Nigeria with honesty and commitment, fighting terrorism to a halt.
Good luck continue for Nigeria.
This message is brought to you courtesy Transformation Ambassadors of Nigeria. Done for One Vision, Nigeria.
Welcome back. With June 2015, I beg your pardon, around the corner, stakeholders are crossing the T's and dotting the I's for the absolute takeoff of digitization of broadcasting. For 3 days during the week, broadcasters from across Africa converged on Abuja to put square pegs in square holes as they deliberated on digitization and broadcast content. For its consistency in live TV coverages, the NTA, Africa's largest television network, was recognized and honored. Ruben Okala reports that the dinner that rounded off the event featured activities that made the night one to remember.
Atilogu dancers are the best, entertaining African broadcasters to wind down after 3 days of brainstorming at the Africa's 2014 with the theme Digital Broadcast Content, Production, Sourcing and Delivery. It was a very thick roll call consisting veteran broadcasters, exhibitors, media executives, producers, engineers, equipment manufacturers, and broadcast organizations. Africa's 2014 attracted 930 participants from the United Kingdom, Canada, Italy, China, Singapore, South Africa, Ghana, and the host, Nigeria. Impressed with the success of the event, the organizer, the National Broadcasting Commission, NBC, honored some individuals and organizations for making the show thick. The Nigerian Television Authority, NTA, was adjudged the best in live broadcast.
Mr. Shola 187, congratulations.
This is an indication that we're being received very well, so it imposes something of a challenge on us to do more.
Other recipients of the Africa's 2014 awards include Most Creative and Attractive Client Broadcast, Africa's Loyal Award went to C2S, while WTS Broadcast clinched the Best Exhibitor. Digitization of broadcasting takes off in June 2015, and the need for more local content remained paramount in the minds of participants.
Look, no doubt there are going to be challenges on the road ahead, but you know, I'm confident that if we remain this together, that we can beat the odds.
Very rewarding experience, a great time for networking. It gives a lot of us opportunity to understand more about digitization.
The people in the media to redouble their efforts to make sure that the process will be as painless as possible.
Dr. Karen Wilson rounded up the evening with an old school tune.
We congratulate broadcast giant NTA. Please be prepared for 2015. There's no going back on that. I mean you, the viewer. Moving on, generally people think that being charitable is only when a person or group of people donate cash or kind to destitutes or the less privileged in homes like orphanages or motherless babies' homes. But the truth is, charity goes beyond such giving. There are other dimensions to being charitable, and that's what Telkla Wilkie wants to talk about now.
If you ask people what charity means, you'll probably get answers like this.
Charity is when you think of other people and not just yourself. It doesn't matter what you have. You also have to think of he or she who doesn't have. And then from what you have, you need to be able to give to those who don't have.
It's a habit of giving with good intention.
When you think of charity, you think about the poor, the needy, you know, the downtrodden, the underprivileged.
What some people do not realize is that charity goes beyond offering money or donating material aid to the less privileged.
We often tend to think of charity initially as money, but when you want to think broader, certainly if you can see somebody who seems to be frustrated for some reason, and you can, is there anything I can do to help? Oftentimes people just want a listening ear. You can give counsel from your experience.
It's something that you are taking away from yourself to pass on to other people, something that means the world to you. And once you are able to share that with another person or another group of, or other groups of people, that to me is the deep and the soul meaning of charity.
While it is okay to give material and monetary donations to people, it is also very important that we develop the culture of giving our time and attention to people around us, because this can ignite the flame of hope, of courage, of compassion, of encouragement and love in the lives of people around us.
While some believe in open display of charitable acts, others believe charity holds more weight without fanfare and brings about far more reaching effect to the life of the recipient.
To galvanize support, right? So that other sources, other people who don't really know the meaning of charity, who've never been involved, will see other people, oh, okay, well, this is what happens, right? So you try and whip up emotions.
It does not want to pay anyone anything or do anyone any good if one is into charity and then at the end we do not have any results, or at the end is giving one and through the back door one collects 10.
If I give you something, I go ringing the bell all around. I've told that father, don't pay me back. All I need is a publicity. But if I give you and I keep it to myself, that man is going to say, man, you challenged me. You give 5, I'm going to give you 200 back. So I believe in when you give, don't ring the bell. Let the Lord do his magic.
One thing is clear. Developing a charitable heart is a stepping stone to binding the wounds of society, healing the broken-hearted and making a difference, not just in the life of an individual, but the community and the society at large.
Thanks, Tekla. Point to note, it is more blessed to give, so don't stop giving. The Owus are indigenes of Ogun State. Like other ethnic groups in this country, they have rich cultural heritage. One of the ways they exhibit what they inherited culturally is through festivals. The Owu people choose one day to celebrate their culture annually. It is referred to as the Owu Day. Indigenes of the ethnic group, their friends at home and abroad, converge to celebrate with pomp. Hakeem Jimo brings us the highlights of this year's Owu Day celebration.
Abeokuta Metropolis went agog as the 2014 Owu Day Festival, the 15th edition, climaxed. It was a practical display of dancing skills even as members of the various Owu family units from home and abroad converged to be part of the epoch-making event. Colors, humor, and glamour characterized the day. The rich cultural heritage of Yoruba land came to play at the event. First-class traditional rulers in Egbaland, other traditional rulers from far and near, palace chiefs, top Ogun State government functionaries, and Owu sons and daughters from the diaspora came to be part of the celebration. Former President Olusegun Obasanjo, an Owu man, was also represented. Speaking on the topic, Ogun Standard, a cultural renaissance, the Ogun State Governor, Senator Ibukula Mosun, urged the entire people of Egbaland to be united for more meaningful infrastructural development in the state. Chairman of the occasion, Chief Kensington Adebutu, and paramount ruler of Egbaland, Oba Adedotun Aremu Gbadebo, enjoined the people to continue to preserve the Yoruba cultural heritage. Others described this year's edition as unique in the annals of the history of the festival. The Olowu of Owu, Oba Adegboyega Dusumu, thereafter performed the symbolic traditional rites of New Yam Festival to signify eating of yam by Owu people. Traditional mascots and other cultural troops added spice to the event.
Another successful Owu festival. We look forward to the next one. Standing between you and our last segment is a commercial break. Stay on the line while we'll take it and be right back.
Airtel, always with destination news. Airtel Internet, the smartest network for your smartphone. Dial *401# to activate.
When you open the new bottle of Legend Extra Stout and pour yourself a glass of realness, you don't say cheers, you say confound. No more, no less. Enjoy the same full-brewed, real taste of Legend Extra Stout, now with a new gold crown cork, gold neck foil, and metallized body label. Legend Extra Stout, the real deal. Drink responsibly.
Knowing only part of a story is not really knowing. When we truly know, we are aware the world is beautiful. They say a picture is worth 1,000 words. But a truly great picture leaves you breathless. Life is one grand song. And knowing comes from losing yourself in the music. Be the one who knows. Capture every detail of the story with Phantom Z. Techno Phantom Z. For those who know. Techno Mobile. Experience more.
Cold filtered star. The finest ingredients, brought together with a touch of a master brewer. Millions of tiny golden bubbles dance to life with a shine that is positively infectious.
Ebola is a deadly disease.
But
there are ways
we can prevent infection
and protect ourselves. First,
wash fruits thoroughly. Disinfect floors and surfaces regularly.
Avoid contact with infected carcasses.
Avoid bushmeat.
Wash and sanitize your hands regularly.
Together,
We all
can overcome Ebola.
Do not take a risk with your life and your loved ones.
Health is priceless.
stop Ebola. It's in your hands.
It's in your hand.
It's in your hands.
It's in your hands.
It's in your hands.
It's in your hands.
It is in your hands.
It's in your hands.
It's in your hands.
This public message is brought to you by the Federal Ministry of Health and Detour.
Johnny S5.5, the slimmest in the world. Johnny, to be needed, to be loved.
I pledge to Nigeria, my country, to be healthy, well-fed, and patriotic. To use Rijiko in all my cooking. And to patronize made in Nigeria products for better health and economy. Now I can get my husband and son running home to eat every day.
Yes, Rijiko tomato paste adds flavor and life to your meals. Fresh from the farm, specially packaged for your healthy feeding. Rijiko tomato paste, food for love. Produced in Nigeria by Erisco Foods Limited, a subsidiary of Erisco Bumpet Group.
Thanks for being there. It was an outpouring of emotions and tributes as the remains of Oluremi Olowode were laid to rest in Lagos. Late Oluremi Olowode was the founder of the IGI Insurance Company in Nigeria. Here are highlights of his final journey.
The final journey for the late insurance icon began with a night of tribute at his Bodilon residence in Ikoyi, Lagos. In attendance were members of the insurance sector and other well-wishers. Testimonies of his love for the insurance industry were shared. He was said to have started from the Nikon Insurance Company, and when the time came to downsize his staff, he vehemently opposed the move and submitted his name to the management, and that was how he left Nikon and formed IGI.
He was a very compassionate personality, very kind, and a passion for humanity. He was the star of the company, even though he was not it was the rallying point.
Ikoyi Baptist Church was the venue for the funeral activities as friends and staff of IGI gathered to bid him farewell.
He was larger than life, a loving father and husband, and undoubtedly the most intelligent person I've ever met.
They say there's something about the relationship between fathers and their daughters. I agree. I used to hang out with my dad a lot.
I, as a son, am stronger than him, smarter than him, and also will forever and eternally be greater than him.
Among the prominent guests were General Yakubu Gowon, ex-governors, and close relatives.
John George was the robust 90 friend that was aboard for still a very alert mind.
Was my mentor,
Long life, strength,
a friend,
energy to see them through.
and a brother. He was my best man 37 years ago.
Finally, the body made its way to its resting place, vaults, and gardens.
Also laid to rest are the remains of Elizabeth Fumilayo Alaga in Abuja. She died on the 7th of October. Here are highlights of the burial ceremony as compiled by Rotimi Oluwagbemi.
The funeral service of late Mama Alaga was presided over by Reverend Ade Martins. The cleric enjoined the congregation to use the moment to reflect about life, saying as the life and times of late Elizabeth Fumilayo Alaga is being celebrated, her exemplary life should be emulated by those she has left behind.
This is the end of a righteous woman that we are celebrating.
Reverend Martins said the family should see her death as the will of God, despite the vacuum it has created. At the Mambila Barracks Cemetery, where she was interred, prayers were held for the repose of her soul. The late Mrs. Elizabeth Alaga was described this way.
She was an embodiment of peace.
A star has gone in my life.
She will always encourage us to learn to forgive and, tolerate people.
She has been a rock to all of us, the siblings.
Born on the 24th of April 1956, the deceased was the Deputy Director in the Department of Election and Party Monitoring of the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC.
May our gentle soul rest in peace. Amen. This is where we say goodbye and good night. Thank you for staying on the line. Be our guests again next week. We'll always deliver on point. Have a fruitful week ahead. God bless Nigeria.